What's up, YouTube world? This is Pierce Keith, aka Menace Zero. I'm doing a video today based upon the PlayStation 4 analog stick. The L3 stick is my problem, and I have a problem with it when it comes to sprinting. I love playing Call of Duty, and I hate not running. You know what I'm saying? You run from your enemy, then you realize you stop, and your enemy kills you. But anyhow, my problem is not touching this button like it's supposed to. I see a lot of people with some videos, and it shows how to fix the problem. And then there are those who made videos that's full of crap. Pretty sure you'll find out who they are. But what they didn't cover, at least the videos that I've seen, is one thing. Because I did all that, I put a spacer in between this black button right here and this little red button right here. Can you see that? Right there. And it worked for a short amount of time and then it stopped. But it's one thing that nobody didn't cover. And what I did was, instead of putting a cardboard there, I put a piece of plastic there instead. Because I knew the cardboard would pretty much squash down. So I put a piece of plastic there, and I still end up having that problem. So I'm like, well, something like that should last longer. But I found out why. And the problem is this. Right there. You see that? That mark on the stick right? That's the problem. Because basically it dig off into the metal. That metal right there. So as you're playing, you have to excuse the light. As you're playing, it goes against it. And it pretty much cuts into the metal. Well, it cuts into the plastic, the metal does. And that's been my problem. And as you can see it real clear right there that it's been cutting off into it. Because of that, it causes it not to press down on that little button right there. You notice whenever you mash it straight down, it's going to click. It's going to click. Okay? But at the same time, whenever you go forward with it, it don't. Until you mash it real hard. Well, it's because of that. That metal is what's stopping it. So I'm going to try to fix that today. I'm going to try to have something that's going to ride against it. So that way it don't prevent it from stopping and I can click it better. And I'm going to see if that's going to work. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this. And I'm going to put this in front of that plastic on the analog. Right in the front. And I'm going to let it right up against this little plastic ball. I'm going to try to cut that off. And I'm going to see if I can get it to go right on the front. So that way it rides up against this instead. And I know that's far-fetched and it might not work. But I'm going to try it anyway. I got nothing to lose. Look, I'm broke. Can't afford another joystick. So might as well try it. This was free. So I already got a joystick. So let me try this out. And that's how I'm going to have the needle riding it. Of course, when I put everything back together, you won't be able to see it. And I'm going to need the little analog button cover to pretty much hold it in place. But the plan is to get it to stay right in the front. And it ain't really no sure shot way of doing it. This is my first time doing this, so I'm not really saying I'm a pro at this. But yeah, excuse me, I'm doing this in one hand just to show y'all. But you can see I made a little hole with the needle right there, so that should hold the bottom of it. And the top of it, I'm going to have a wedge between this plastic and the top of that analog cover or whatever that's called. And we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it'll be snug tight to where it'll stay in place for a long time. And if that's the fix, hopefully that'll be a whole lot better than what I've been getting lately, because I'm sick and tired of dying on Call of Duty because I can't run from my enemy. And on this thing, which is that analog cover I was saying, I don't really know the name of it, I dug a little groove out on the inside of it so that needle can fit right there in the front of that stick. Let me get some zoom in. There we go. So it can fit right there in that stick. Hopefully that needle will ride off in that groove and stay in that little pinhole, and that way it don't scratch up the plastic that this thing's going to be connected to. So hopefully that'll work. We'll try it out. All right, I cut my little pin, and hopefully it'll be the right size. I don't know if it's too big or too small. It's all guesswork right here. It's something new, so hopefully it'll work, and we'll see how it goes. So it's gonna be off on the analog stick where that little hole was at that I showed you earlier. It's gonna ride off on into this groove right off in here, and hopefully the metal will rub up against this pin instead of the plastic that it's been cutting off into, and I might have a smoother analog button press because of that. So we'll see. Well, I'm trying to get it, y'all, but that's it right there. It might be slightly too long, I think, maybe, but maybe I can use the length of it to dig off into that tip a little more, maybe. I'm gonna try, but that's it right there. It's not exactly in all the way, but it's just planted just enough, so once I put the tip on, it might stay in place for a slightly good amount of time until I can afford to get another joystick. By the way, I wouldn't recommend doing this, y'all, unless you have no choice but to. If you got the money, I know all the YouTubers, all these people come with all these videos, but man, look, just go get you another joystick, man. You know what I'm saying? Be real, it is what it is, man. But I'm gonna try this out and let's see how it is. If not, then push kind of shove, and I'll just be walking in Call of Duty.